Hey guys, it is Ryan here, and it is the middle of the day on a Thursday. About 11 a.m. Heading to work to one of my jobs. For those that don't know, my primary employment is real estate. My secondary is doing social media management for a couple of small companies. And that is where I'm on my way to at the moment. Now, we just had Mike Aiello on Armed Crossfire. If you haven't watched that video, please go over there and do so. Hit subscribe on this channel if you haven't already. But the Mike Aiello video, we talk a lot about performance enhancement. Now, there's been a mixed response to that. There was one comment that says the cavalier attitude towards performance enhancing drugs in arm wrestling is concerning. I think that is one way to take it, but I think the message is it's a very hard thing to deal with and a very costly thing to deal with. At the end of the day, it comes down to a personal choice and education. And Mike was even very open about stuff that guys have brought to him and said they were doing that was actually quite dangerous for them, and he was able to tell them it was quite dangerous for them and tell them to stop what they were doing. Anyway, guys, watch the whole episode. It is a subject that is sensitive and doesn't get talked about very often. But one of the comments was that it was concerning that it's rampant in arm wrestling. It's really rampant in every sport. There are ways of enhancing your performance that are outside of what could be considered ethical that aren't necessarily illegal as well, but it is everywhere. On a personal level, you guys, the house has moved. I am almost finished moving the garage, working on getting the gym set back up, and really looking forward to doing some content out there and getting back to training for the national championships because they're coming up fast. But speaking of arm wrestling in Manitoba, if you guys haven't seen yet, I am running an event at the Southport Recplex on February the 29th. So just over a week from the time that I am filming this. So please come on out. There is only a $10 entry fee. We got nice trophies for first through third in the classes. We have an overall award for the men and an overall award for the women. Now, what that means is there is one open class right for men, one open class right for women, one open class left for men, one open class left for women. The draw will be seeded by weight, and we are going to maintain the integrity of that weight throughout the draw. So as you whittle down, you will face people that are similar in size to you. However, eventually you will come down to the top four. Once the top four is determined, we wipe the draw clean. Those four people get put into a super match. So for example, if you're pulling left and there's four men on the left arm that remain in the bracket, they will face off. Two guys will have a best of 5 super match. The other two guys will have a best of 5 super match. The winners will go on to have an additional best of 5 super match, leaving one winner. The loser of that gets second place. The two guys that lost the initial top 4 super match will pull off to see who gets third and who gets fourth. Now, once you have that one champion determined on the left, and you have that one champion determined on the right, well, it's very simple. If it's the same person, that person becomes the overall champion. If they are two different people, they will have a left-handed match. They will then have a right-handed match. And if that person has not, it is a tie 1-1, there will be a coin toss to determine the arm of the tiebreaker, and that person will win the overall championship. It will also be the same format for the women. hoping for a really good turnout. Like I said, Southport Recplex and the upstairs gym. It's an amazing facility. They've got food and beverages on site. Plus, we are going to be having an after party at Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual in Portage la Prairie, which is an amazing location for an after party. We will have a table there, and anybody that still has something left in their arm, we're going to pull, and we're going to practice. And the value, even if you come out for the tournament, there's a lot of value in coming to that practice after, where you get to spend time with myself and a lot of people from the Portage Arm Wrestling Club. And we're going to hang out there until everyone gets sick of hanging out there. And then we'll leave and do it all again next year. So that tournament is called the Portage Winter Classic. And you can search it through the Portage Arm Wrestling Club on Facebook. I'm hoping that I get representation from at least a few provinces and some from the States. It's going to be a good time. Hope to see you guys out. Now, next week on Arm Crossfire, well, first of all, on this channel next week, my goal is to be shooting this episode not from my truck, but from the gym that is now should be set up by next week. That being said, over on Crossfire, we've got a great Canadian guest that's going to come on the show Monday. Joe Fox, fresh off of his performance in the top 8, is going to be coming on the show. He's going to be talking about that experience. He's going to be talking about the future that he has in the PAL. And he's going to be talking about training and prep for nationals, which are in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good discussion. And that all happens Monday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on Arm Crossfire with Espy and Gabi. We also have some exciting guests coming on in the months that follow. Confirmed interested is Jonathan Laba. If you've never heard Jonathan Laba on YouTube or heard him being interviewed, the man is hilarious, and looking forward to seeing him come on Arm Crossfire. But that's going to be later on, closer to the Bottom 8 event, which looks to be one of the most entertaining spectacles of arm wrestling in Canada once again. Tomorrow, watch the World Arm Wrestling League's Instagram page. Watch the World Arm Wrestling League's Facebook page. They will be announcing the dates and the season for the 600 series. I don't believe we're going to get a preview of any matches. I think that's next week. But the season will be announced, and I believe there's going to be some big news there. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. I will see you next week.